Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. How are you doing during this movement order? I hope all of you have also hope that you stay safe all the time. Okay? Today I would like to teach you or to show you what you should do for your assessment 2, which carries 10% of your mark. But before that, you should be doing caselet 1. Okay, so let's start with caselet 1. Caselet 1 is Logan and communication barriers, and of course, assessment 2, that is 10% of your individual presentation. Have you been in a hotel or restaurant kitchen before? You haven't? Well, I have. I have worked part-time at McDonald's, A&W, Mary Brown, and I have also cleaned banks, other people's houses, police station, when I was doing my doctorate abroad. All this experience will serve as my background knowledge if I were to do this activity. Now let's start. Imagine that you are a food service manager at a hotel and your task is to supervise and manage all employees in the kitchen. Well, these are some of the duties of a food service manager. A food service manager interviews, hires, trains, oversees, and sometimes fires employees. He also manages the inventory and order food and beverages, equipment, and supplies. A food service manager oversees food preparation, portion sizes, and the overall presentation of food. He inspects supplies, equipment, and work areas. He also ensures employees comply with health and food safety standards and regulations. He investigates and resolves complaints regarding food quality or services. He schedules staff hours and assigns duties. He maintains budgets and payroll records and reviews financial transactions. Last but not least, the food service manager establishes standards for personal performance and customer service. Now that you know what are some of a food service manager's duties, let's do caselet 1, Logan and the communication barriers. What are you supposed to do here? Okay. You are to read and comprehend caselet 1. Evaluate the issue in this caselet critically and use critical thinking skills to gather information using analytical tools for discussion. Can you do that? Now, read Logan and communication barriers. If you do not have the module with you, you can access caselet 1 from the university's e-learning system or Moodle. Okay? Read. Or would you like me to read with you? Right. Okay, let's read. Okay. Slogan and communication barriers. One common complaint employees voiced about supervisors is inconsistent messages, meaning one supervisor tells them one thing and another tells them something different. Imagine you are the supervisor or the manager for each of the employees described below. As you read their case, give consideration to how you might help communicate with the employee to remedy the conflict. Answer the critical thinking questions at the end of this case. Right. Logan is a 27-year-old who is a food service manager at a casual dining restaurant. Logan is responsible for supervising and managing all employees in the back of the house. Employees working in the back of the house range in age from 16 years old to 55 years old. In addition, the employees come from diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds. For many, English is not their primary language. Logan has certification in food safety and tries his best to keep up with food safety issues in the kitchen, but he admits it's not easy. Employees receive on-the-job training about food safety basics. For example, appropriate hygiene and hand washing, time or temperature, and cleaning and sanitizing. But with high turnover of employees, training is often rushed and some new employees are put into the job without training if it is a busy day. Eventually, most employees get some kind of food safety training. The owners of the restaurant are supportive of Logan in his food safety efforts because they know if a food safety outbreak were ever linked to their restaurant, it would likely put them out of business. Still, the owners note there are additional costs for training and making sure food is handled safely. One day, Logan comes to work and is rather upset even before he steps into the restaurant. Things haven't been going well at home, and he was lucky to rummage through some of the dirty laundry and find a relatively clean outfit to wear for work. He admits he needs a haircut and good hand scrubbing, especially after working on his car last evening. When he walks into the kitchen, he notices several trays of uncooked meat sitting out in the kitchen area. It appears these have been sitting at room temperature for quite some time. Logan is frustrated and doesn't know what to do. He feels like he is beating his head against a brick wall when it comes to getting employees to practice food safety. Logan has taken many efforts to get employees to be safe in how they handle food. He has huge signs posted all over the kitchen with this word, keep hot food hot and cold food cold, and wash your hands always and often. All employees are given a thermometer when they start SOP that they can tap food. Hand sinks, soap, and paper towels are available for employees so that they are encouraged to wash their hands frequently. Now that you have read the text, okay, what should you do next? Right, let's look at the questions. What are the communication challenges and barriers Logan face? Go through the questions, okay? What solutions might Logan consider in addressing each of these challenges and barriers? What standard operating procedures would be helpful for Logan to implement and enforce? What are some ways Logan might use in effective communication as a motivator for employees to follow safe food handling practice? Okay, you can read the question once again, and you can also reread the passage, right? So what you should do next? You know that you are to identify the communication challenges and barriers from the text, okay? So what do you do with the data, the input? Okay. Once you have read the text and you have understood the questions, okay? So how do you answer the questions, right? In your head, imagine using the Ishikawa or fishbone diagram or the SWOT analysis tool. Right. Let me show you an example. Okay. Ishikawa diagram, okay, challenges and barriers. So, on the fish head, you should have the problem. The problem is communication challenges and barriers, right? So what you are going to put here, 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 and here are maybe the challenges and the barriers that you have identified from the text or passage. Okay, as you read, you should have something like this in mind. Okay, as you read, list down all the problems. Yeah, you should start listing down. Some of the problems are the inconsistent messages from employees, right? Employees are of different age group. Employees are of different culture and ethnicity. The on-job training is not effective enough because of time constraint. You don't bring home problems into work, okay? You have dirty clothes to work, problem. Neat appearances to work, like haircut. We need all employees to be clean, especially they should come with well clean scrub hands, okay? The food preparation procedure is not adhered to, okay? Those are some of the problems taken from the passage. For each problem, you should elaborate on it. As for example, yeah, what is actually happening? Okay? Examples of the problem itself and ways of overcoming the problems. Okay? I hope you will try to do the activity of caselet 1, Logan and the communication barriers, by using the Ishikawa diagram or the SWOT analysis tool. Right. Now it's time to do assessment 2. Assessment 2 is an individual presentation and the mark is 10%. Now let's look at your assessment. Right, this is very interesting and I'm very excited. I'm very excited because of the topic, okay? Find a topic on common sense. Discuss the importance of the common sense that you have chosen. Explain. Give examples And most importantly, tell me why it is important. Then create a poster. Okay, you can use your computer, your laptops, your handphones, save it in poster form, yeah, in picture form. It can be on Words or in PDF, save it. You present the poster and record your presentation on Zoom. You will use your poster as the background of your presentation, okay? Then put the video on YouTube. Submit the link of the YouTube video on Moodle. Remember, you can use the tools to gain insight of how to complete the assessment. You can use the tool, the Ishikawa diagram or the SWOT analysis tool, to gain ideas, okay, to elaborate, to answer the question for this assessment. So be creative and have fun. Last but not least, okay, let me share with you what is the meaning of common sense. Common sense means what people would agree about. It is a personal judgment based on the facts of a situation. Common sense is usually the simplest and most direct account of a situation. It is the knowledge and experience which most people have or should have. This is what I got from Wikipedia, right? And the Cambridge Dictionary defines it as the basic level of practical knowledge and judgment that we all need to help us live in a reasonable and safe ways. Example of common sense. Okay. What about greeting the lecturers in the lift? As I see and I've experienced, most students just don't greet lecturers in the lift. Okay. Another one is don't throw rubbish out of moving vehicles. I witnessed this when I was driving on the highway. Yeah, this posh car in front of me, posh car, right? Suddenly I see the driver like throwing crumpled paper out from the window. Yeah, what is the common sense there? Last but not least, make sure that your child wears a helmet too if he is riding on a bike with you. Many times I've watched, I saw, yeah, motorbike riders, must be the parent, having children at the back of the bike. The father wears a helmet, but the children or the child doesn't. So where is the sense there? So you choose one common sense and you transfer that, yeah? What is your common sense? What is the choice of the common sense? Examples of the common sense, right? Like what I've just said just now. And also to you, or from your reading, from your own experience, why is that common sense important? Now it's all up to you. Choose a common sense, be creative, share with me, video it, and post it on Moodle. Until then, before I forget, I've also asked my son to do this assignment, and I will share with you the video. Yeah. Well, I was thinking if he can do it in an hour, well, so can you. So I will share with you the video of this video. Bye. Enjoy doing the assessment. Don't forget to share on YouTube. I'll see you again.